Welcome back, my beautiful friends. You're listening to a moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York. I'm your host, Zen Sands. Coming on in just a few, we have our influencer segment brought to you by CCP Digital. And today we are featuring Angela Gargano. She's a fitness coach, a four-time ninja warrior, a cover girl, and she's also the CEO of PullUpRevolution.com. Today, we're chatting about why women tend to struggle with pull ups and how 42% of Americans feel pressured to have a beach body ready for summer. Now, if you're a woman who regularly works out, there may still be one exercise that remains elusive: the pull up. And in 2012, the New York Times reported that researchers who documented women on their fitness journeys found that only a small percentage of them were able to actually perform the exercise, even though that group had increased their upper body strength by 36% and lowered their body fat by 2%. They still couldn't do the pull up. So, why do many women struggle with this exercise, even if they're exceptionally fit and capable of other challenging routines? Well, biological sex is definitely a massive factor for how challenging pull ups can be. The movement requires total upper body strength to complete, and biological males naturally have larger frames with a greater potential to hold more lean body mass and muscle, which then helps support all upper body movement. Now, we have data also showing that females naturally carry more lean body mass in their lower bodies, whereas males naturally tend to hold more relative lean body mass in their upper bodies. Now, here to chat some more and give us her expert advice on how to master the pull up is Angela Gargano. Welcome to the show, Stunner.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, Angela. Now, just because women tend to have less muscle strength in their upper extremities, making this pull up a real challenge, it doesn't mean that they have to miss out on all the benefits a pull up can actually provide. Now, these exercises do strengthen our upper bodies and our arms, but also our shoulders, our core, and our back. What recommendations and exercise or techniques do you have for those of us that want to work our way up to a full pull up?
Absolutely. And I also want to say that the pull-up actually is a full body movement. So you also are working your glutes. So you are working your entire body while doing this movement, which is really, really cool and really special about the movement. I think the first place to start, honestly, is to just hop on a bar and hang on it. I know a lot of people don't really think that's really doing much, but it is. It's really going to help you with your grip strength. It's going to help you with your core strength. Just literally hop on the bar, get comfortable, and just hang. Literally just hang out on the bar. That's really the first place that you need to start with it. Another thing I want to talk about is I feel like a lot of women think they can't get a pull up, and they don't understand why they can do certain things, and the pull up is just so difficult for them. And it's interesting because I feel like it goes way back to, do you remember like the whole presidential and national award thing when we were in high school, or was that elementary school, when you're doing those tests in school and they're making you go through, and for some reason they always make the females, they're like, okay, you guys can just kind of hang, you don't actually have to try the pull-ups. I feel like right there kind of got a little discouraging for us as women to oh, like, you can't do a pull-up, so don't even try, you're going to try this other thing instead. So I feel like it's really, really powerful when I come through and I tell women, no, actually, this is totally possible for you. You just have to break it down step by step.
It's interesting you say that, because I remember having that experience with a push-up, and my coach at elementary school would say, all right, you don't have to do a full push-up, you could just do like a half one, or it was just interesting to see that they did treat the female physique much differently and have different expectations from youngsters, which is kind of ties it all together. But if you now are going to look at how women and men are treated on exercise expectations, let's talk about the summer heat. Now, the summer heat is on, and so is the pressure to look good. We have a statistic of about 42% of Americans feeling pressured, Angela, to have a beach body during the summer. And this surges to 75% among Generation Z women and 65% among millennial women like myself, like yourself probably. What are your thoughts on these stats and body image?
It's really frustrating to me because I feel like, obviously, I don't feel like the whole bikini body image, especially the ones that you're seeing portrayed on all these magazines and stuff like that, they're not really true. Like, I've been there. I've done fitness competitions. I've done all this stuff to have that six-pack chiseled abs. And a lot of it wasn't very healthy, and I wasn't very happy. So what I really try and help people do is tell them, instead of focusing on getting that bikini body, making that your main focus, why not focus on getting stronger? Focus on getting stronger. Focus on getting an amazing skill, and your body that you want, the body that you're in, is going to all come together when you're not actually focusing on that end metrics of having that certain weight or having that certain body.
I couldn't agree more. And, exercise is a very critical part of fitness, but some consumers really overlook its importance. We have 42% of those trying to lose weight spend less than 3 hours of exercise each week. How long should we really be exercising for, Angela?
That's super interesting. It really is different to everybody. It's also relative to like what you're trying to do, right? If you're an athlete and you're trying to run a marathon, or you're trying to do certain things, you might need to exercise a little bit differently than somebody else. But honestly, like 3 days a week and just getting outside and getting simple movement, like going for a walk outside, doesn't seem like much. But when I do with all my clients, I have like these non-negotiables, and I always tell them trying to get some kind of movement in each day. It doesn't need to be an hour workout. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. You can literally do 3 days a week of like a 15-minute workout and just go for walks each day, and you'll still see results. It's just about staying consistent and keeping up with it. What I see sometimes is people just do it like in bursts. Like they'll do like one workout and then they won't do it for like 2 weeks. Like, I don't understand why I don't see a difference. It's about being consistent and constantly be able to show up for yourself.
Yes. And, nearly half of Americans, we're at like 46%, are actively trying to lose weight, but they have very unrealistic expectations. For example, half of those aiming for weight loss aren't focused on nutrition and exercise. And we have a quarter of those with weight loss goals that they don't even visit their doctor for annual checkups. And then additionally, most of those looking to get fit for a specific event only give themselves 6 months or less to achieve their goals. So I definitely see, that discrepancy there. What advice do you have in terms of overall goals and being realistic and how to set them for yourself? You have about a minute.
I feel like the best thing to do, like I said, is to set yourself a goal for performance. So like for me, like I said, I love that goal of getting a pull-up, because then it makes you show up every single day and you can see your progress every single week, and it keeps you excited and accountable to want to show up. Because what people do is they get bored. They get bored. So find something that you're really excited to do and really work your way up towards it, and give yourself and celebrate those little wins along the way so that you keep showing up.
I love it. I love it. Well, listen, we're out of time, but I wanted to say thank you for coming on. You're full of great advice. I love your website, pulluprevolution.com. And you are such an inspiration to not only women, but men too. Ninja Warrior, that's a big title to carry, and you've done it effortlessly.
Yes, it's been such an experience. But I really what I love doing is I love seeing others, get their pull up. I love seeing others get stronger and feel good about themselves. And we have the saying, strong feels good, and it truly does.
You're 100% right. And you are what you eat, and exercise is only going to make us all that much greater. Thank you so much for coming on, Angela.
Check out Angela Gargano on the gram at Angela_Gargano. Definitely head to her website, pulluprevolution.com. That was our influencer segment brought to you by CCP Digital. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York. We'll be right back after this.